What is going on, guys? This is going to be a quick video, just a little message to the people who are talking about this game. Now, it's just a very honest message about Madden. Let's be honest about Madden 23. We're going to be very honest right here. Now, I'm seeing people still rant about this game. They're saying it's cut and paste. It's trash. They're not adding nothing into the game. They're not putting enough into it. They're not putting any effort into it. That stuff is all a bunch of exaggerated nonsense. And some of the exaggerating is just ridiculous. I mean, the IGN rating is 7 out of 10, which is, as of now, which is higher than it's been for quite several years. You know, I think last year's was 5 or 6 out of 10. I've seen 4 out of 10 Madden games, okay, for IGN. IGN's a huge platform. They have a lot of reviews in their database that they go by. This one's 7 out of 10, which is considered good. It's not considered great or excellent, but it's considered good. And the game is definitely improving, and a lot of people have seen it for themselves. And I'm just going to go over some of the improvements. The line blocking logic, the intelligence on the line is far better than it was. As you can see, Aaron Donald got in there. Let me just break down that replay right there, that alone. Okay, look at this here. Now, that nose tackle hesitated. That's because that's user control. That was me. I hesitated. That's not an AI problem. Okay, look at Aaron Donald. He came off of that block. Kind of made this guy fall. Now, I'm not sure why he was backing up. And I guess because that's Aaron Donald, that's why he fell. But let's look at this pass. Okay, this pass motion. Okay, Aaron Donald hits him. And that force that he's doing forced him to throw the ball downwards. The game wasn't this detailistic in a pass. They would force you into an animated sack or force him to throw a pick, maybe to even number. I've seen plays like this where it would go to, like, one of your defensive linemen would pick it off or something ridiculous, you know. So the game is making huge improvements. The presentation is way better. I think that footage was real footage. I'm not sure, but it looked real to me. And Fields fumbled it, and Donald has it. You know, but anyway, like I was saying, the stuff they're saying about how bad the game is and how it's cut and paste, they're not putting any effort, the game's trash. All that stuff is a bunch of exaggerating, and it's ridiculous. And I haven't even liked these Madden games for quite some time. I do like this one. I don't see any huge, ridiculous game-breaking issues. Of course there's issues. You're gonna have issues, man. This is an AI-based, it's artificial intelligence. You have 22 men on the field. If you nitpick, you'll find an issue, probably, on every play at least once. As you can see, I ran out of time in the pocket. You know, you don't have time to really let these routes develop. There was a route that I should have went to 3 and just took the short yardage, but I didn't. So now we're gonna try something a little bit different here. We're gonna go short this time. I didn't know what else to do. That was only 7 yards to pick up there. But anyway, like I was saying, and I'm controlling the Rams here. You may have figured that out by now. I'm not saying this game is 100% on point. It's good. I like it, but was that pass interference? Hopefully it was. And it was. Now I'm okay. Now I'm gonna review that. Okay, we're obviously gonna accept it. Who's gonna turn that down? Let's see if he really passed interference. Let's see if the referee AI is good. Okay, let's take a look here. I'm the Rams. Yes, look at that. As I'm running, he starts, it looks like he's leaning his shoulder into me or something of that nature. He doesn't necessarily grab me with his hands, and then he just kind of jumps in front of me. But I think it's right here. Now, whether or not that is pass interference could be in question. I will tell you that. Yeah, he definitely shouldered him. He leaned the shoulder into him a little bit. I think it could definitely be questioned. I will tell you that. It ain't hands down, but I tell you what, we're going to take the penalty, right? Because, you know, we're the Rams, and who's going to turn it down, right? And I like our chances with the run, so we're going to go ahead and audible into a running play. And it worked out for us there. But yeah, like I was saying, a lot of these people are exaggerating. The game is not that bad. It's not cut and paste. And I think some of them might be talking about the PS4 version, the last gen version. I played that one. It doesn't have the added features that this one has. It doesn't. So if you say it about that one, I won't argue it. I'm not necessarily going to jump on your side. I got to do a full review myself before I say it. Now, out of 10, and I'm only talking about gameplay. I'm not talking anything about anything else like presentation or player models or franchise mode or ultimate team, nothing like that. Just strictly gameplay itself. And I've only played against the CPU, and I've only played on Madden. From an AI standpoint, and just the logic behind the interceptions that I see, because in Madden 21 and 22, there was ridiculous interceptions. Interceptions that just make you turn the game off. They would make your quarterback, he'll be back in the pocket, have his feet set with no pressure, and just overthrow the crap out of a short route, and it'll be intercepted. And a lot of it was just ridiculous, and it didn't make any sense. I don't see that in this at all. Sometimes, and the ball placement thing makes a huge difference. It is, and that was good too. I'm gonna show you why that's good, right? In past Madden games, see, as you can see, let's see, where'd the ball end up? I thought I had it in my hands. He had in his hands the Bear player, but let's take a look at this closely, right? I'm not looking at the ball, right? My corner's not looking. The ball ends up in his hands. And then watch as his arm swings around and just knocks the ball out. It looks like he does it by accident, like he's just running into him. But look at the logic behind that. He can't hold on to the ball. My arm did not go through the football. In some Madden games, his arm would have went through him, and he would have just went down the field and got the catch. This one, there's that physics aspect to it where his arm actually touches it. Now, is this a bit glitchy, this play? Yes. If you nitpick and catch every little tiny little part of it, you could probably find a little morph somewhere. But come on, man. This is an artificial intelligence engine in a video game. You got to leave room for some imperfections. Some of y'all are getting ridiculous. You're pausing the game, saying, look, his arm went through his hand right there on this millisecond. Like, you can't do that with video games. You just can't. It's ridiculous. You're looking for a 100% perfect product with absolutely nothing wrong with it. And that is just ridiculous. But as you can see, I'm just talking about the logic of it. My guy's not looking. It looks like he accidentally does it, but he knocks the ball out. Accident or not, his hand made physical contact with that ball, and it flew out of his hand. Stuff like that is very good in this. Is it perfect? No. But this is a video game system, and the running game even is better. They're giving the running backs a little bit more power now. In previous Madden games, I swear to you, my running back would get bumped once and just fall flat on his back. This one, they're giving you a little bit more power. They're making them play more like running backs. I've seen so many improvements in Madden 23. I will tell you, those people that are dropping these videos saying the game is garbage, there's nothing great in it, they're not adding enough in it, those people are exaggerating. They're obsessed with the idea of proving their point, and they're exaggerating. Some of them are just outrageous. Some of it's just absolutely ridiculous, and it's just dumb. Because, look, man, a lot of us are playing the game. How are you going to convince somebody that's actually playing it? Look at that pick by Ramsey. That's his second pick, man. Now, I will tell you this. Some of these defensive players that have high ratings, they're powerful, man. I will tell you. And, ooh, I'm not 100% sure that was a pick. They might challenge that. That ball looked like it might have touched the ground. They might challenge it, they might not.
Or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area. An interception can result.
I don't think they are going to. They probably should have, because I think that ball touched the ground. Let me take a look at that again. And this is not a knock on the game. Is, look, this happens in the real NFL. You get interceptions where it's like, ooh, that was close, man. Because when he was coming down, like, do they consider that possession while he's in the air? The ball touches the ground. They might. But this happens in the real NFL. You can't knock it. It really happens. It's a real thing. So you can't say, oh, look at that. You see that? Look at this here. And when you have good blocking, it makes the running easier. So the running is not overpowered, but because the blocking logic is so on point, it makes some running. You get these really good running plays sometimes. Those plays ain't going to be there all the time, but they are definitely going to be there. Let me see if I can get them on a play action. We're going to see if we can hit Cooper Kupp. That route might not develop. Hopefully that safety doesn't play him. Oh my gosh. I wanted to go to my running back, but I waited too long to decide if I wanted to go to him or not. And I kind of messed that up. I didn't kind of mess that up. I definitely messed it up. Let's see. I want something better than that. Let's do a medium throw here. I need some decent yardage. I don't necessarily have to get the first, but I need something with some routes that develop. I need some short route options. Let's see. I might have to go short on this one, but I want to go to triangle on the outside, but I doubt that route is going to be developed enough. Got to go here. At least get something. You know, last thing you want to do is come up empty-handed. Okay. Let's see what the coach's suggestion is. The coaching suggestion is it's kind of weak. It's kind of vague. Sometimes they'll tell you to run a play action on 3rd and long. It's not really that great. I mean, I will say that. But you know what? That ain't make or break. Just don't use it, you know? I don't know if I like this play, man. Ooh, that developed just the way I wanted it to. And let me take another replay look at that. In previous Madden games, there's plays in this you could make now that wasn't there. Like, because I can do ball placement, he's not going to throw the ball way over to the right or way over to the left. I can use the left analog to place the ball in the area in which I want it to within that radius of area. And I use that, and man, it helps this game. Because in some games, in Madden 22, this same throw might end up in over here somewhere where like number 6 could pick it off. But that ball placement has improved this game so much, man. And I'm really liking this game. I did not like my experience overall Madden 22 and 21. 20, I didn't like it that much, but it was playable for me. But the last two have really irritated me. But as far as like the different stuff you can do in this game, and the way and I play on Madden now because I don't want like a deception of how good I am at this game. I want to really know, look, am I good or not? Look at that, man. Look at the way I placed that ball with that left analog, man. I left analogued it to the left, and it put the ball on the outside away from the defender's reach where he couldn't reach out and grab it. That was not in previous Madden games. I can pass the ball fluidly in this on all Madden difficulty and put up a really good performance on gameplay, a very honest performance. Let me throw it where I want to throw it instead of where the CPU just wants me to put it so I can throw a ridiculous interception. Anyway, I'm going to try to get in the end zone here. Hopefully I can. Maybe I won't, but we'll see, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and put an end to this video, but and I will admit, the Rams are, it's a little bit easier to play with them in this. They're coming off a Super Bowl win, so. Oh, and that right there, that was very realistic. He didn't jump the route and just snatch it like previous Madden games. Why? Because the ball was a little bit out of his reach. So he just reached a hand out and batted it. That is way more realistic than previous Madden games. Way more realistic. In previous Madden games, he'll jump and just snatch it, and the interceptions were just overpowered and ridiculous. But this right here is real NFL football, because he threw a bullet. It wouldn't make sense for him to just jump up and snatch it. That doesn't always make sense based on where the ball is. I've seen Madden games where he would reach out like that and grab it with one hand and pick it off. I mean, I've seen stuff that ridiculous in Madden games, but it's a bullet pass. He's a linebacker. He ain't about to snatch a bullet like that with one hand when he has to reach out. So it's just a real life-based batted ball. I mean, that makes sense. This is not what I've seen in the recent Madden games. So to sit there and tell me the game is not getting better, it's crap. It's cut and paste. You guys are not being honest. You're just not. And he didn't hold on to that when he dropped it. I can't even knock that, to be honest. I wanted to catch it. I feel like he should have. But I can't even knock it. I'm going to show you why. Because of the physics logic to it. He had it in his hand. As you can see, he's holding it in his left hand. And it looks like he's kind of bobbling in it. He doesn't fully have it. It looks bobbled. He can't. And then that arm reaches in and pops it out, man. I can't even knock that drop. This game is closer and closer to being that product that we need. Now, those ranters and those people that are saying the game is trash, they're never going to stop doing that. It doesn't matter what type of... Oh, I might have messed that up. And I didn't because of how close it was. But we're going to end the video right there. Tell me that the stuff I'm showing you is false. Tell me that I'm lying. Just try to say that I'm exaggerating if you want to. But this is what I'm seeing when I play this game. I'm not seeing all the exaggerated, the game is trash, they're not adding nothing to it, it's cut and paste, it's complete garbage. That is just false, man. You guys are exaggerating. And you're being ridiculous. Just be extremely honest and point out the real problems of the game and stop doing that. But my honest opinion on this game is it has improved a lot and it is enjoyable for me, and that's more than what I can say for at least the last 5 or 6 years.